Right? And hello again. It's second the fourth reefer. Now, the reason why I decided to make a video on this is because these are some topics that are currently uh, currently well currently happening or currently that has recently happened in not just in my country. There might not some hot topics in the Philippines aside from the Philippine hot topics in the Philippines itself. We'll also be talking about something in the online world or the Philippine blogging scene, and also something about the NBA. Now, I decided to put it all in one video since I don't think I'll be talking a lot regarding those four topics. But then again, I have something to say. I just like to say. I just like to give my 2 cents about it. But then again, well, this is a platform, and I have something to say. The first thing is that with regards to the identity of Banban Mayor Alice Go. Now, for people who are not in the Philippines, there was a uh, recent controversy involving one of the mayors of a Philippine town. The thing is, in that town there was what we call a pogo or an offshore gaming company, Chinese owned, or no, it's offshore gaming company that that was raided by the police on allegations of human trafficking. Now they found a lot of things, arms, weapons, tunnels around the place, and it was located near the municipal center of the town. And in that town, the mayor is a woman by the name of Alice Guo, who who initially owned the land where that place was built on, and was initially part of the venture. And the whole controversy started out wherein they also the people or the Senate inquiry had an inquiry on this. And aside from the fact that there were people, there's some illegal things found in the buildings. It's just that they were also putting into question her identity. The reason being is that when they were asking her about where she grew up, where she went to school, and the only answer she can say is that she can't remember. Another thing also is that her birth certificate was filed late. She was already 17 when the birth certificate was filed, and it was pretty well in the Philippine setting. There are some people who were registered late, but not that late, not like 17 years old. Also, for a family who's supposed to be Filipino Chinese, they do put a lot of premium in education. They make sure that if they can afford it, they put their children to the best schools, because it's also actually bragging rights in the sense that, oh, my son or my daughter studies in this school. And it's very unusual for her to say that you were homeschooled, wherein you do not know which school you are connected to, because homeschools need to connect to a school. And she only had one teacher for her whole life, and she did not go to college. Now, it's also weird since she owned her family family or herself owns a pig farm, and she was able to run it, and she didn't go to college. I'm not saying that people who didn't go to college will not know how to run a pig farm, but nevertheless, someone of her stature, and also someone who owns a big chunk of land and been able to really be very successful with it without even without even really knowing how she got it or how she learned it. She learned. So it's very sketchy. In a sense, it's very sketchy. You can do all types of investigation in it, but it's very sketchy for somebody who forgot everything about their lives, about their young lives. And new developments came out that apparently there was another person who came into the Philippines from China around early 2000s, name of Go Huaping, where in the picture, which is in my video, which is in my thumbnail, that looks like her. And then and further investigation came in, and there's an NBI clearance. So it's like a clearance wherein people apply for it to check if they have any active court cases or any cases filed against them. That her name, there's somebody with the exact name, exact date of birth, and exact birthplace. Right? So it's like they're now alleging that she has maybe stolen the identity of that person, of that Alice Guo, because the picture in Go Huaping's entry details has a very strong resemblance. Now, personally, I think it's sketchy. It's really sketchy for someone like me who's a Filipino Chinese, of Filipino Chinese descent. Is that you don't forget things like that. It's if she's gonna hide it, well, she's rich now. She can just say, "I didn't study," but then again, you don't even remember. You don't remember where you grew up. You don't remember your house. You don't remember your place. You don't remember from elementary all the way up to high school. You were homeschooled without knowing anybody else except one teacher, and just gave her books. She didn't go to college, and the worst part of it is that doesn't remember anything. So what's that? All your life you don't what? It's absurd. Maybe people might have something scientific or logical. It's just absurd, especially if you're gonna put culture in it, because that's what people forget. Something reasoning and others. You forget about the culture. I'm Filipino Chinese. I should know. I grew up in Binondo. So it's just insane that he doesn't remember anything. Now, another thing is that she is the mayor. So all her papers, now there's problems with her papers since she's supposed to be a citizen. So she was saying that her mother was a housemaid who got impregnated by her father, who's Chinese, and all that. It's sketchy to say the least, but she has her documents. I mean, she has her documents. She was able to get a birth certificate, a passport. Now, if in case that she really is Go Huaping, the thing for me is that it's not just her. It should first also be her father, because if she came into the Philippines at 13 years old, she's a minor, and when she got her birth certificate, via delayed filing, she was just 17, so she was still a minor. So I guess it's a conspiracy with her parents or her father, whoever did it. Second is that whoever did it had connections inside, either in the Philippine PSA Statistics Authority, or whoever would be doing the birth certificate. Okay, there's definitely somebody on the inside who did her passport. Right? So it's not just one person. It's not just her. They should also investigate her father, whoever he is, and how these documents were made, because it's scary to think that she's just one person. It just so happened that she ran for mayor. Something happened in that property, and people started looking. What if she decided to remain low key? Remain low key, just kept quiet, got a business, continued running the business, and didn't have to have any of these controversies. She could have just gotten away scot free. But then again, in one of the live streams of Paco, he was saying that she needed that position. Yes, I guess she needed to take over that identity, if ever that she really was that person, to take over that identity so that she can do something. Yes, but then again, if she wasn't mayor, she could have just been a businesswoman. She could have just gone away scot free, because they could have just gone low key, right? So these are some things that maybe it was planned. Maybe it was I don't know, organized crime thing, because I doubt that it's going to be from the Chinese government, because they don't allow gambling. So why would they allow a group like this to be doing some gambling? And apparently the operations of that area is illegal. So uh, it's just it's just scary to think that they can just pay people, corrupt people to make documents for them. It hasn't. It's not the same. It's not new. We had the Pastilla scandal previously with the immigration, just letting Chinese nationals in without anything, without even going through immigration. They just go through the door. The pastillas, with the money looking like pastillas. There's also the 10 little Indians. Before those cases wherein they had Indians who they just give papers to. So I know it happens, but then again, it's scary because this time these people, if ever she really is a Chinese national, was able to get into politics, and I'm sure as mayor she was able to gain influence, and that Pogo area wouldn't have gotten that big if she wasn't able to exert influence to help them out. It's just scary, and I do hope that the investigation goes further, and it doesn't just stop with her. I do hope that it goes all the way up to who helped her make the papers, right? So I just hope that it does resolve. It's not just just fizzle out, but knowing Sherwin Gatchalian, and who himself is of Filipino Chinese descent, and also Liza Ontiveros, I do feel confident that they will follow through, and hopefully the seat doesn't, and hopefully that they get to close this out so cases can be filed. And that's now my second topic involves a holiday. It's a holiday in one of the cities of Metro Manila called San Juan, basically my hometown actually. No, my hometown is Manila, but I grew up in a place called San Juan. We do have this festival. It's called the Feast of San Juan. It happens on June 24. And it's actually a feast commemorating John the Baptist. You know, so when he baptizes people. So we do have what they call the basaan, or just literally wetting people, getting people wet. And it has actually gone commercialized with the Wattah Festival. Wattah. So it's a Wattah Festival, wherein in the mornings we have the fire trucks spraying water to people, and there's some events. Like this year we had Kim Chu, one of our more famous Filipino actresses, to come over. You know, actually she's really pretty, and part of that tradition is for people passing by to be thrown water. Like what? Now it became. I grew up on that. In school, when I was in elementary school and high school, since it's a holiday, we don't go to school. But when I was already in college, I had to commute, and it happens that I commute and I get wet. But it's in the 90s, so I just get wet. I just wear a raincoat going to school, even if after I pass San Juan, I just remove the raincoat. That's what I did. You know, and since I was in college during the 90s. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have those tablets. All I had was a Nokia cell phone, which is practically indestructible. I guess you can kill people with that Nokia cell phone. If I remember, no, it's a 1610. I'm not gonna forget. It's a 1610, so it's a big phone. If you hit it, you can actually hurt people. And I felt so hip because I was using a slim battery, so it was flat in the end. So I had the 1610. So I was walking. It doesn't really get wet since I'm in a raincoat. Because I knew that I had to go through San Juan. Most people don't, and it has gone bad that people would throw water, and then people in public transportation, they throw water on them. To be honest, that has happened during my time, but not at this scale. Not at the scale where you really have mobs of people blocking jeepneys, blocking areas. And I guess it has gone too far. I would have to admit it has gone too far. But I would say that it's going to be hard to really enforce it, since it's a mob of people and it's in actually more concentrated in just one part. There's a boundary between San Juan, Quezon City, and Manila called Aurora Boulevard. It's an avenue there wherein most people would be hanging out, and they just really wet people, because the place I'm in is a little bit more inner. It's an inner part of San Juan wherein there's not too much. It's not an exclusive village or anything. Not a gated community, but it's a place wherein it's just houses. We don't have. It's far from the main road, so people don't really go there. And if ever there's the people trying to wet, it's just us. So the thing is, I do think it has gone too far, but then again, it is a tradition, and I guess, but there were guidelines on it wherein you're not allowed to use bad water, dirty water. Before, I would admit, a lot of people would do something to the water when they threw it. Oh my God, I am telling you this. I have stories of that. As a young guy in the 90s. I have a lot of stories about that. Also early 2000s. But now they really try to make sure it's clean water. But I guess people have to show restraint now. I guess it has already gone through complaints. It has gone viral where we have people with their electronics getting ruined, and I do hope that the mayor next year does something about it. But I really doubt, because it's election year. So I mean, knowing that he's coming in for his third term, he has to still control that voter base, and it's just once a year anyway. I'm sure he's gonna forget about it. But then again, we do hope that people just learn restraint. No is no. There's always consent, but then again, it's too much. I do hope that because there's a lot of people, I really can't. I really can't. What do you say this? It's really hard to enforce. To be honest, it's gonna be hard to enforce. But I'd rather that people, if ever they're gonna go through there, keep their things in plastic bags. Never forget there's going to be this Wattah festival. Keep their things. Maybe keep their other stuff, but or at least avoid San Juan for that day. If you can't avoid it, please keep your documents. Keep your electronics safe. Because honestly, it's going to be very hard to enforce, especially if you're going to having a mob of people there. Let's see them arrest everybody there. Good luck. Right, so there we have that, and it's just basically like prevention, right? Rather, if you know that you're going into a place where it's going to be sketchy, please prepare for it, all right? Or at least have precautions made. But then again, yes, I agree that it's going too far. Now, by the way, I forgot with regards to the Alice Go thing. The thing is, my personal view is that if you're doing something illegal, don't flaunt it, right? Don't go into politics wherein you can become public figure, or if you're helping that group, at least keep things low key. The problem is that if that case about that human trafficking thing didn't happen, she would have just been safe in her position. So sometimes it's also a lesson that if you're doing something, don't flaunt it, or at least don't be too high profile, because people will notice. Anyway, there. And my next topic involves the Philippine blogging scene. There's this person who, from my previous video with regards to the 32 and 0, I got a lot of flack for it from the other side, from the bitter gourd side, and one of their main figures in that side is this stupid criminal, and wherein all he does is either he would twist what a person said, what Attorney Libayan said, or what any of the people supporting him and make it like they're wrong. And then another thing also is that he would sometimes flat out lie. And there's also parts wherein he would misunderstand things and think of it like he's correct. Right? Now, yes, it could be, the people would say it's his opinion, but it's not going to be an opinion when there's already something factual in front of you. Right? Like, for example, unlike my 32 and 0, it's already a ruling. It's already written by a judge. So, if you're going to contest that number, you can't contest that number because it's written by a judge. Unless you're better than the judge or you're from the Supreme Court, who can say it's not 32 and it's not there. It's 32 and 0. I mean, right? It's a judge. Who are you to say that it's not? Who are you to say it's 36 and 2? 30? Because that is what was ruled. There's apparently there's supposed to be 2 more, but since there's no ruling, it's nothing yet. It's a ruling. All right. Another thing also is that, especially with regard to the 32 and 0, he was stupid enough to think that just because there's probable cause, it's already a win. He's stupid. A probable cause would start just to start with the count. Then they're still going to see, the judge will still decide if it's enough to have a case on it or if they're gonna dismiss it. It starts from probable cause. It starts from merit. And the dumbass was even saying that, oh, since it's already in, they should be looking at the merits first before any ruling. No, it starts with the merits and probable cause first. If you're stupid enough, you already have a fiscal beside you and you can't even say it, and you can't even understand that. It's the dumbest thing ever. Okay? Then he didn't even know that and then he would also insinuate that the judge was biased. Oh, because it was that in that the gig. Right? Alright, so if you're gonna insinuate the judge is biased, why not look at the case itself? The judge was clearly annoyed that they would even push for that. And now, and what he did recently was that he made a copyright strike against one of the Armados, which is Caillou. And the reason he gave was because YouTube told me so. YouTube doesn't tell you that. It's there, but you have to think of it first. So why, if YouTube says jump off the building, please do, right? And because of that prompted Caillou and the rest to find copyright strikes against him, and they did. They found it. They were able to defend the copyright strike against them, and then they were able to, and since it was false copyright or false claim, it went against him, and he's stupid enough not to answer it. Okay, because he can't answer it, doesn't even understand the whole thing. Right? So what the hell? I mean, oh my God. Okay, and then because of that, it started a chain reaction. His main channel with around 24,000 subscribers got deleted, as well as his videos. And since it's connected to another channel where he has a partner, it gets deleted as well. So he's only left with one of his channels. And I am not sure if he's just coping, that he's saying that, oh, at least it's good that in my previous channel I was saying libelous things about Attorney Libayan, and he just admitted it. All right, and now he was saying that it's all he's gonna do is just to attack Libayan instead. And when he was saying it's the issue, not the person, but you literally said that you're just here to attack Libayan. So it's a person, not the issue, right? But then again, you just told everybody that you're filing cases that there's cases against him. Okay. He himself said that the point of some of those filing cases were just to inconvenience people. And in Tagal, para lang maabala. And you're friends with the fiscal. So it's like, why aren't you thinking that it's just gonna be clogging the justice system, filing libel cases and everything all over the Philippines, going to different provinces for that? Are you looking for justice, or are you just looking to annoy people, right? But then again, it's his life, if once that, there's another thing that I'd also like to bring up. People are saying that he should be there. There's an argument for him to be there. Well, there's an argument for him not to remain in YouTube. But then again, it's not up to me. It's up to YouTube. It's up to the people who are gonna people there. But then again, uh, I doubt that he changed. There's one. I doubt that he's gonna change his ways. But you know what? It's your life. I don't watch you anyway. I don't watch you anymore. I just watch what people talk about when you watch you. And then sometimes if I no, actually I need to watch you, because when I read that, I need to watch what you say. But then again, it's your life. I hope that you learn. I hope that you learn from this, because no, I'm sure you're gonna learn from this. You're not. I know you're. I mean, I was calling dumb things, but I'm no. I think you're smart. So I just hope that you learn from this. If you can dish it, if you can give it, make sure that you can dish it. Make sure that you can take it, and at least know what you're doing. Right? Even before his channel got erased, he tried to hit Caillou with so many strikes, and I think six. And guess what? All of them were passed. Caillou passed everything. Okay, so I mean, if you're going to do that, at least think. But then again, you are thinking. It's just that you're malicious. So you know what? Only thing I can say is God bless you. I guess, yeah, God bless you. God bless you. Whatever you're gonna be doing in life. But then again, I do hope that you learn from this. I hope that you get better. You become better. I know. I don't think you will be, but anyway, it's the last thing I'll talk about it. And lastly, I'll be talking about the NBA draft this year. Bronny James, who was the son of LeBron James, was drafted by the Lakers. So, and this will put father and son in the same team. Honestly, I mean, it's nothing special for me, since us Filipinos are aware of the Jaworski father and son, Dudut and Sonny Jaworski. So, you think that's special? We already did that. It's nothing to us. But then again, people are raising hell about nepotism. But it has happened since it has happened forever. If you're gonna be talking Bronny James, drafting Bronny James, but hey, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's in Chicago, wherein Chicago or New York, wherein they signed Derrick Rose's brother. What's that? There's also the most famous one, Thanasis Ate Kukumpo. So he's a brother and the best cheerleader for the team. So I mean, he's the Giannis is the superstar. So we gotta get Giannis. Of course, you're gonna help Giannis out. Appease Giannis for that. But so I mean, LeBron James is LeBron James, and honestly, Bronny isn't half bad. If you've seen him the way he plays, he's actually pretty smart. He's got good basketball IQ. Granted, he wasn't able to play much in USC, but apparently his combine numbers. It's better than some first round picks. But I was just pretty surprised that Bronny James was just 6'2". For his dad being 6'8". I mean, it's a pretty big drop. But he's athletic. He's pretty athletic, and he was picked in the second round. So the Lakers didn't really waste around a pick on it, because most second rounders don't even really get to play. So it's really more of a family thing, and why not? You're gonna talk about somebody might deserve that spot. Well, they've been giving it to people like this already. So why not LeBron? Why not LeBron? If they allowed Thanasis to be in the league, why not Bronny? At least Bronny's younger. Bronny's willing to learn. Bronny's got good skills. Why not? Right? Why not? Personally, it's fine with me It gives good media, makes people watch it, either for them to fail or for them to succeed. But nonetheless, people watch, right? Now, I'd also like to give a shout out or congratulate Luca and the rest of the Mavericks. People never thought that they'd reach the finals, but they did. I know it's painful. At least they didn't get swept. You can call it gentleman sweep all you want, but it's still 4-1. There's a one. So, I mean, I'm a Mavs fan because I'm a fan of Luca. I know he needs to mature, he needs to play defense and all that, but I just love the way he plays. But then again, Boston is my East team. I've always liked Boston since D. Brown, Reggie Lewis. I forgot the guy who died. And then I love the Tatum and Brown combo. People thought it wouldn't work, but then again, the person I'm happiest is Brad Stevens. He was hired. In college, he went to the Final Four 2 straight times, failed to win. But then he's here. He tried to do his best, but had some problems. But then again, now as an executive, he was able to build the right team. Joe Mazzulla was able to coach it out. Kristaps Porzingis, a former Maverick, and I'll always support former Mavericks. That's also I'm pretty excited with the New York Knicks getting the 4 Villanova guys. I'm just not sure. They're all they're all pretty small. So I don't know. And then apparently, if because of that, they might have problems in retaining Harkenstein. So I don't know where they're going to get their size. But I'm also happy for Porzingis, despite his injuries. I'm definitely happy for Al Horford finally getting a ring. And also aside from Tatum and Brown. J. Rue Holiday, they were able to get that coup, getting it from Portland. I'm sure Milwaukee didn't expect Boston to get Holiday, but they've got that, and Derek White. I mean, being a former Spur, knowing his role, I'm always happy with former Spurs getting championships. So at least he didn't get one in San Antonio, but he got one here in Boston. So I'm very happy I'm very excited for this new season. They finally traded away Tim Hardaway Jr. They got Quickley. Okay, I'm not sure how he'll help, but he's a playmaker, and that's what the Mavs need. So that'll help. I hope that'll help. We don't need the second. I mean, we got Jaden Hardy, but we have Jaden Hardy now. So hopefully he can get to develop. I'm also very excited with the New York Knicks with the 4 Villanova guys, since Brunson and Mikal Bridges are pretty close. So I'm really excited what they're gonna do. I'm always gonna be excited for Boston, since it's my favorite East team. So I already have my team. I already have my team for the year. For the start of the next season, I'm going for Boston, New York, of course the Mavericks, and my secondary West team. I'm actually also pretty excited with the OKC Thunder, since they're all young and they got Caruso, so they have some age and some experience with them. I'm pretty happy with that, but I'm not sure how strong the Nuggets would be. But for now, my teams, I'm keeping with the Dallas Mavericks, Boston Celtics, and the New York Knicks. So I'm good with that. It's just that I'm just gonna need my West Conference secondary. So I'm gonna stew on that, I think. So that's basically some things some opinions I have, and not sure, maybe people might bash me in this comments, and I really don't care. I'll answer. Then again, whatever it is, but that's just it. I'm pretty excited for the next season. I already have my East team ready, so I'll just wait. And so that's just some opinions I have. But then again, if any of you are watching this, the few people watching this, I do hope if you'd like to comment or any, please just do comment. So I do hope that I hope it's. I mean, there's no good comment anyway. I'll just still answer. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch my video and take my opinions.